What is going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you and wanted to bring you a video from Megyn Kelly's show. And she's talking to a couple of guests, and they're talking about what happened the other day on The View. Apparently, actress Patti LuPone, I think is what her name is, was on The View, and she was talking about how the Christian right is no different than the Taliban. And it's like, really? Really, Patty, there's no difference. You know, one likes to strap bombs to their chest, blow things up, chop the heads off of people. They don't want women, leaving the house without a male chaperone. You have to cover your face if you're a female. But there's no difference. There is no difference. It's funny. People on that side of the aisle, on the left, man, they love to champion different regions and different religions and different whatever. But they would absolutely hate their policies. But again, you're saying there's no difference? Yeah, there is. Of course there is. Really? So again, the Christian right, because they dare say that abortion is murder. You don't abort babies, man. That is murder. And how dare them say that? How dare them say, don't chop the peepees off kids that want to transition. Don't give them hormone blockers. Don't let them grow up. Because they dare say that, they're somehow linked to the Taliban? No, I think your ideology is, but not theirs. But hey guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks.
The person who we're going to show you is a woman named Patti LuPone. She is an actress. She was most recently in the Broadway show Company, which I actually went to with my two priest friends. It was super fun. And she's on The View promoting her latest project. And here's her reaction to Ron DeSantis in that issue.
I don't know what the difference between our Christian right and the Taliban is. I have no idea what the difference is.
You're not the only person who's said that.
I just don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
What's happening in this country right now in the name of religion is so dangerous.
Look at that, Isabel. No pushback by Whoopi. You're not the only one who said that. I'm thinking it right now in my head is what she's thinking.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's open encouragement more than a lack of pushback. I actually reacted to this video on my TikTok yesterday and got some fascinating responses from people on the internet, but it blows my mind that we've come to a time where genuinely we have bought into the level of hyperbolic rhetoric that is allowed on TV, particularly on The View these days. I'm convinced at this point, Megyn, that they sit around in the green room right before they record the show every day and ask what the craziest thing they possibly could say on national television could be to remain somewhat relevant in modern day American life, because otherwise no one would be paying attention to this show with the subjects that they're talking about. But to compare the Christian right in America today that's suggesting perhaps we should preserve the innocence of children while they are still children. Maybe we should be encouraging a 12-year-old girl to experience puberty before we put her through menopause, through chemical and physical castration. Perhaps it's important for us to educate our children in mathematics and science and helping them be successful in their adult years rather than crude conversations that are completely inappropriate for public or private schools about how to have anal sex, which was happening in the state of Florida prior to Governor Ron DeSantis' leadership on this issue, to the Taliban, which is quite literally removing any semblance of human rights for anyone that does not adhere to the lockstep ideology.
So yeah, I completely agree with that. Really, how is the Taliban and the Christian right anywhere even remotely similar to each other? They're not. They are not even closely related to each other. Again, man, I think one wants to blow things up and hurt people and kill people and whatever. I don't see Christians, again, I'm not saying Christians don't kill people. They haven't killed people. But again, we don't see Christians blowing up things and attacking and cutting people's heads off and filming it and, all the other stuff that goes on over there. So to sit there and say that there's no difference. They can't see any difference between the Christian right and the Taliban is absolutely disingenuous. Again, there's no comparison between the two, but again, they want to make something. And she's sitting there and saying that, they're sitting around the green room, discussing what the craziest thing they can say, the craziest topic. I don't agree with that. I actually believe that these people believe what they're saying. I really do. I think they're so far into absolute darkness that they can't understand that the stuff that's going on, what they're saying is absolutely absurd. I don't think they understand what they're saying is absolutely crazy. I really don't. And I think that is what the danger is. That these people don't understand what truth is. They don't see things. Like she was saying right here, a 12-year-old girl should go through puberty. Well, of course they should. Of course they should. I 100% agree with that. But people like Whoopi and these other, cackling hen morons, they don't understand that. They don't see that. They actually believe the kind thing to do, the right thing to do, is to allow them to stop puberty. They actually believe that. They actually believe good is evil and evil is good.
A radical terrorist organization where you as a woman do not have the opportunity to go to school or even to walk outside of your own home without the presence of a male chaperone from within your family is ridiculous to me. And we have to keep counting these opportunities, as many opportunities as we can, to discount the lies and the narrative that are being propagated by the American left today. If we don't call this out for what it is, which is propaganda at the very source, we will not have the opportunity to even fight for freedom of speech, which ironically is what Patti so luckily had there on the panel on The View to even utter such a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, it's like she hates this country that's given her so much, right? She can't stand half the country. She's also the woman, I don't know if you guys remember this, but not at the show that I was at, and when I was there, it was well post the peak of COVID, but of course the mask Nazis were everywhere, like, pull up your mask, pull up your mask. And since, my priest buddies, of course, they were compliant, they were sweet, but I was like, anyway. So it wasn't at our performance, but it made news at another performance. She and the other actors, they stay around afterward. They ask you to donate to certain things. A conversation got going, and she absolutely scolded this one audience member over the mask. Watch this. We pulled the clip back up.
Put your mask over your nose. That's why you're in the theater. That is the rule. If you don't want to follow the rule, get the fuck out! If you do not respect the people that are sitting around you. You pay my salary. Bullshit. Chris Harper pays my salary. Excuse me. Who do you think you are? Just put your mask over your nose.
She says, who do you think you are? No, the better question is, who do you think you are? I mean, really, who do you think you are? You're sitting there talking to your fans, people that come to pay money to see you perform? No. You think, I can talk to them any way I want to. I can talk to people any way I want to talk to people because I'm some kind of big star. But you're not. You're not some kind of a big star, man. You think you're in your own head. You believe you are. Again, man, people like this, they are so out of touch. And the thing is, man, that is the way so many people from that side of the aisle think. They have this very inflated sense of themselves. That they're correct. They're doing things right. Even though they're doing things wrong. They're doing things right. They truly believe they are. They truly get, I'm better. I'm more moral. I have more values. Look at me. No, you don't. You know, the thing is, man, I was involved with a couple of different groups of people. And there were a lot of liberal leftist type, that were involved, that were part of these groups. And a liberal left, man, they are not tolerant of any damn thing. Nothing at all. If you have a different view, if you're like, well, wait a minute, guys, there might be something going on here. This might not be the way that it is. Just because somebody says this, it may not be true. And you find out more and more as things go on that, it's not the way it is. It's not the way they're telling you. And, but again, these people, man, they're just stuck on whatever. And if you don't buy into it the way they have, if you don't buy into something the way they bought into it, they get mad. And they scream, and they yell. And they say that you're not as enlightened as them. That you're somehow behind them. And so coming out later on that they're the ones that are actually behind you.
The tolerant left is so fun to spend time with, aren't they? Right? Like...
The irony of her screaming that, not wearing a mask herself, sitting awfully close to her fellow co-stars. It's just, you can't make this stuff up anymore.
Yeah. She's a lovely person. I'll be sure never to attend another show that she is in. She was in, God, what movie was it she was in when she was younger? And she actually was quite good. She's a good actress. She's just a terrible person. So it happens.
All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. But yeah, I mean, who do these people think they are? Again, man, they can lecture you, they can say whatever, because they're in the know. They understand. They're more progressive. They're more. No, you're not. No, you're not. Again, people like you believe whatever the media tells you, whatever the left tells you, whatever Biden tells you, whatever Kamala Harris, man, whatever she tells you, you believe whatever the left says. And if somebody else does not want to go along with that, you get mad, you yell and you scream and you call them names and whatever. Again, man, I saw that in groups that I was involved with these leftist kind of liberal, kind of girly type men. They would yell and scream like, they would get all emotional, man. They would yell and scream, especially these ones, man, that were just diehard liberals, man. They would just go, like waist deep, man. They would get into it. They would tell you, you know what? Yeah, you got to buy whatever they're telling you. Whatever they're selling, you got to buy it because I'm buying it. Because I'm buying, you got to buy it too. If you have gotten your vaccine or whatever, then there's something wrong with you. You better go get it because you're hurting me. You're hurting me because you won't do something that I want you to do. You're hurting me. No, I don't even live anywhere near you. I'm not around you. You're wearing 2 masks. And you're vaccinated. You're quadruple vaccinated, and you're wearing 5 masks and whatever. But you're concerned about me? No. The thing is, grow up, grow a pair, and understand that sometimes what people are telling you isn't true.